Ladies
Boom
and
is right.
ladies and gentlemen, Judah Hoover and Josh Weidman coming to you here with the Build and Grow with Real Estate Show, a show specifically designed for people who are real estate investors or work in the real estate space, the listing agents, appraisers, stagers, contractors, whatever the case may be. My company's recently gone through a merger. We're now Home 365. See how Josh's contact information
Dude,
is like right over here and like right above my head? There's nothing. I'm just
there's
going to tell
nothing.
you. I listed like 35 houses last year. If you're ever looking to buy or sell real estate, and specifically if you have anything to list in central Pennsylvania, give me a call. We'd love to work with you.
And
Josh
Judah,
Weidman over here is one of the best damn hard money
please.
lenders around.
Yeah, hard money bankers, baby. Hard money
That's
bankers, closing quick. So listen, I want to say one thing, Judah. I'm going to promise all of our viewers one thing. If you can get me a logo and contact information, I promise I won't ask 5 minutes before the show starts, like it
oh,
happened today, right?
right. All right. You're right. It was a little on me too. Um,
So let's
yeah.
talk
So
thankfulness. We're talking
so
thankfulness today. We're right before Thanksgiving. This is a great time of year to really dig in and look around and like just take a deep breath. Look
yeah,
around.
I think. Listen, I think that it's no secret that about 8 years ago, my life went totally off the rails and got imploded for a number of different things and went through about a 3 year really, really, really rough period. And one of the things that kept me sane and moving forward and everything like that was just constantly focusing on what I was thankful for and
Hmm.
constantly keeping my eyes on how blessed I was. Josh, you shared a stat with me before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm
share
going to
that.
pull it up. I'm going to pull it up and just to make sure I get it right. But if we hear a lot right now. There's a lot of discussion, politically motivated, I think, where there's I think the media does a great job of putting the rich and poor against each other, right?
Hmm.
And the one thing that a lot of people miss out on is that we live in a global economy. And the odd thing is, here in America, if you make a below average income, you're still in the top 5% in the world. I mean, you
Yeah,
make a $35,000 income in the United States, you're in the top 5% of wage earners in the world. That's
right.
insane, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
So,
it's it's absolutely crazy.
mhm,
And I think that it's important to just remember how blessed we are to live here in this country, have these opportunities that we have, generally have our health, generally have our freedom, and there's just a whole lot that you have. One of my good buddies and a friend of the show, Brian Davis, posted something on Facebook this morning that there's people crying and begging in prayer for the life that you complain about. And being thankful, having an air of gratitude, it number one, it does two things, right? It kind of picks you up when you're feeling down, but it also reminds you, like, don't be so proud and think that your shit doesn't stink, and that because there's probably some people who helped you along the way, and you probably got either the universe or luck or God put you in the right position. I
mhm.
just finished I just finished reading the book of Joshua to my kids, and like it's in the Old Testament biblical book. And like there's this really famous verse in the last chapter of Joshua, choose who you will serve. As for me and my house, we will choose the Lord. And but like two or three verses before that, God is reminding his people, hey, by the way, you're living in cities that you didn't build,
Right.
on land that I helped you win, and you're eating from olive trees and grape vineyards that you didn't plant. Now, that was very specific to them, but I don't care if you're the most hardcore atheist. You've got to recognize that, like, your life, you didn't earn all that. Like, and I
Yeah.
know that that said in that way is a very politically pregnant term. So please forgive me, but like, Josh, I was just at the hospital today, and I
What?
realized that for visiting a sister-in-law, and I was like, this is the equivalent of a city I didn't build. Like, I didn't invent this technology, but here my family is benefiting from it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like there's
absolutely.
so much stuff that we should be just incredibly thankful for that we get to participate in and we get to take advantage of. And I just think that it's really important to take some time aside and remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So a couple years ago, I heard this. I was listening to Dennis Prager. He's a talk radio show host and conservative guy, and this and that. And he brought something up that I never really thought about before, but it's a really it's kind of slap in the face when you start to think about it. Most of the time, when we look at other people and we find jealousy in our hearts about something, right? It's like, oh
Right.
man, that guy makes more money than me. He has a nicer car, nicer house. So his wife is beautiful or whatever. It's not often all of those things. So
Right.
when you got to contextualize this. When you are looking at somebody else and you want their life, remember you get the whole life. You don't just get the multi-million dollar income. You also get the drug problem and the abuse and the difficult marriage and the tough all
Right.
that goes along with it. Remember, like we're given this life and like sometimes things go wrong, sometimes they go bad, but the beautiful thing is we always get tomorrow. As long as we can wake up tomorrow, it's a great situation. So I want to bring in our first guest here for today.
Yep.
This is somebody that I am obscenely thankful for, somebody that doesn't get much face with HMB, but this is Terry Johnson. She's our portfolio manager, and I'll tell you what, we could not do what we do. We close consistently on very short notice. Terry, how you doing today? It's great to see you. I'm so glad you could join us.
Oh, you're muted, Terry. Can you
You're muted.
unmute yourself?
Still nothing. Man,
Yep.
this is why we usually do checks, but
Yeah.
let's see here.
Josh, we're out of
I'm gonna
practice with
try
our
this
show
again.
here, my friend.
Ugh. Terry, I'm gonna try again. I got nothing. Yeah.
Hold on. She's
One
saying, she's
second.
saying, she's saying 1 second.
Oh no.
I'm thankful for technology.
What you want to
It's one
Yeah,
of
she's
it's
going
one
to
of
come in
those.
on her phone. That's cool. All right.
Okay.
So, but the bottom line here is, it's like we're talking about things that we're thankful for. I love, I love being a part of Hard Money Bankers, and like that sounds like something silly, but here's a company that was started by two of my friends in 2007, and it's kind of actually, you know what? After Terry's on, I'm gonna dig into the HMB story, and it's pretty remarkable. It's some cool stuff. So we'll dig in a minute, but let's pull her in here. Terry, what's up?
Now,
You
can you
got?
hear me?
Oh
Now we
my
can hear you,
gosh,
and your
beautiful.
picture is also about 1,000% better
That's
too.
right.
I'm telling you, it's the computer. I have issues with this computer all the time, so I should have known better to go on my phone.
Nice.
No,
Sorry
So
about
Terry,
that.
Terry,
no.
welcome to the Build and Grow with Real Estate show. This is a show Josh and I do for real estate investors and people who touch the real estate world. Josh says that you are, kind of a back end support person for HMB, and
No,
that's
no, 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 no.
awesome.
I gotta clarify.
Yeah,
Terry runs it. She
runs
Oh,
it.
she
stop.
is the brains and the hands that get the loans done. I mean,
Nice.
No.
she's
So
a
like a
killer.
super
It's awesome.
processor, kind of a super processor role. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but she
Processor.
does so much more than that.
Nice.
It's
So
awesome.
Terry, what are you tell us what you're thankful for here this year?
Okay, so it's funny. Yesterday, my husband showed me or told me that on his phone it popped up that yesterday was a year when I rang the bell. So I've been fighting breast cancer for since July, actually May, I guess, of last year. So as of October of this year, I'm cancer free. So I'm very, very
Amen.
thankful to be
So
Amen.
cancer
awesome.
free.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really thankful for that. That's something that my family have been praying for, and we're just really happy for you.
Yeah,
But that's not the
very
only good news this year. I mean, your son just signed a letter of intent, didn't he?
yes,
Right?
yes. So
That's a
he'll be
pretty big deal.
yes, yes. He'll be playing lacrosse at UMBC next year.
I was going to say the letter of intent has a number of different, connotations to it, especially in the real estate world. That's great. So he's going to. So what school is he going to play lacrosse?
UMBC,
Oh,
University
okay.
of Maryland, Baltimore.
Nice.
So, which is
Nice.
very close to us. So I can drive and see him within 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Mama's happy.
Right.
Are
Right.
you the
Right. Right.
helicopter parent? You're the one that's going to be like walking him to class?
No, maybe maybe the first week. I don't
That's
know.
right. That's right. Oh, that's so great. That's so great.
That's hilarious. Well, that's
Awesome.
awesome, Terry. And I think one of the things that we were talking about just before you came on was some of the overlooked Thanksgiving that we need to do is just that we live in a nation and a time when there is the incredible health technology that there is and the knowledge and information that we have available to us and just our health in general.
Mm,
Look, listen, I hate to take something away from, listen, there's always exceptions to this, but like, you got two legs that you're walking around on every day.
Right.
You've got full use of two hands. There's certainly people who struggle with that, but even just being a physically able-bodied person, I mean, we've all got a few itises here and there, things we struggle with. No one's an Adonis or anything like that, but we really have a lot of health benefits that we should be thankful for. I
Yeah.
think that's
yep,
neat, Terry. Thanks for coming on and sharing that with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Terry. Awesome.
yeah.
Anything else to add? Anything else you want to say thank you for?
Just my health, my family, obviously, and a new puppy.
Oh, that's awesome. What kind of
What
dog you
kind of
got?
puppy did you get?
Yeah.
He's our fourth, but it's a golden English cream golden retriever.
Oh my goodness.
He's
You have four
crazy.
dogs. You have four.
Wow.
So I wouldn't have brought you on here if I knew you were the crazy dog person. But
Right.
Not he's the crazy dog person. Yes.
no, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Terry,
Happy
thank you so
Thanksgiving.
much.
All
You
right. Take
too.
care.
You too. Thanks a lot. See you, Terry.
Bye.
Bye. So Terry's one of my favorite people. She didn't talk much there, but man, she's so good at her job, and she makes me look great, and she makes me. It's nice to work with people that that they're going to get their job done. You don't even
Yeah.
have to think about it. It's such a change where you don't have to follow up and check in and hope they get this done. It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
have a lady here at my office who's similar. She's not out of this office. She actually works remote, but Milka is her name. And the crazy thing about her is she's so good at what she does, and she's so well known for doing what she does that a lot of other people assign tasks to her too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and and I think that's the other thing that we need to be thankful for is not just that we have a job, but the people that we work with and the people that we work around
Yep.
and what they bring to the company and what they have. And I think it's important, Josh, that we define success and define Thanksgiving right, because otherwise, like if you don't live in an air of gratitude, you live in number one, a scarcity mindset, and number
Hmm.
two, you live in a comparison mindset, which
That's
is
right.
not healthy to you.
Yep.
Listen, we're gonna talk a lot about the Bible here, but like there's a reason why in the Old Testament God gives us 10 commandments, and one of them is don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not
Yeah.
covet. Be thankful, be grateful for what you have, and don't wish you had somebody else's thing. Is because, you know, like slavery didn't make the top 10 list. I mean, cheating on your taxes didn't make there's a whole bunch of reprehensible activities that didn't make God's top 10 list, but not coveting made that list because of how mentally sick and spiritually deprived that can lead you to. So the antidote to all that, the opposite of all that,
Hmm.
is thankfulness
Yeah.
and living in an air of thankfulness. I spent a lot of time in the network marketing industry
Hmm.
and network marketing business, as well as the real estate investing industry and the guru industry. They all talk about, Grant Cardone is the biggest hot one out there. They all talk about, being billionaires and millionaires and making all this money. And, it's kind of a little bit sick and twisted as far as I'm concerned, for a number of reasons, but also, there's a lot of people out there who just a little bit of success would totally revolutionize their life, and just a
Yes.
little bit of success would put them into a totally different category. Just a little bit of success would help them pay off their debt or buy a better, more reliable car.
Hmm.
Not a Ferrari, not even a new Mercedes or a new BMW or a 2 or 3 year old BMW, just a not the $5,000 vehicle that they're driving right now that's left them sitting on the side of the road a number of times.
Sure.
How much less stress would they have in their life? I'm thankful for my car all the time, that I drive a very reliable car. I mean, listen, I have 4 kids. I drive a minivan. It is what it is, but I'm very thankful for my vehicle. I'm very thankful for my car.
Yep.
I think that if you can just make $1,000 a month, if you can go from not flipping, 30 or 40 or 50 houses, but just focus on flipping, a smaller number. Josh, we'll get to that story of yours here after we talk to my boy Brandon here. How are you, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Wait. First of all, let's see this T-shirt. Self-made.
Nice.
I love it. So on that note, and on another one, Brandon, thanks for being here. Like, dude,
Introduce him.
okay. This is Brandon Motok. And am I saying this right? Motok?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
I can never tell if it's Motok or Montauk or whatever. So
I bet I met Brandon over the phone. Was it last summer or was it the summer before? It was summer.
It's like 2 years now, I think, Josh.
I think it might be. But we talked on the phone. He called me about a loan in down the shore, and that didn't work out. But we had a good conversation back and forth. Next thing I know, he's on the show. Friend of Judah Hoover, of course. Amazing. But you come on here, and then about 2 months ago, it was just the two of us who were talking.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to you, I get fired up. It makes me thankful for everything that's going on in my life, not because things are going bad in your life, but I love hearing about people's success. It gets me fired up, and all I want to do is like cheer them on and like, it adds fuel to my fire. So
that's awesome,
Brandon,
man. Thank you.
What's up? I love your T-shirt. It's great. I love your shirts. I mean, you got a lot going on.
This is from a clothing line I just started. I'm trying to get it up. I'm going. It's called Nurture, Not Nature. Mm-hmm. So it's about what we can grow into and not what we were born into. What can we develop? Yep. So I'm like working on that. But I really appreciate you guys like having me on here. This is a great time of year to really like reflect on what we are all like thankful for.
Yeah.
It's a great time. It's a great time of the year because it's at the very end, and what can we look like back on? And like for me, like obviously I'm thankful for the things that most of us are, our like families, our kids. I have a like roof over my head.
Yeah.
I'm not starving. But what I learned this year was I was like fortunate enough to be in a place to give back to like a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Things as simple as I would put a post on like Facebook and get a bunch of private messages saying, "Hey, I really needed to hear that this morning," and it helped my morning, or it helped my day. To as extreme as I've helped at least a handful of people get their first like real estate like deal done this year.
Yeah,
and it's amazing how much you get back just from giving back.
Yeah.
And this week, I'm really big into like the motivational stuff, and I listen to like Tony Robbins and all those folks almost like every day.
Yeah.
But I read a quote this week that truly just hit me so hard. I haven't stopped like thinking about it. And I'm not going to say it exactly, but basically what it said was, we should be ashamed to leave this life without making an impact on the world. And man, did that hit me hard, because we don't know how long we have here. And I believe every single one of us has some talent that we could impart some change on this planet. And we really should be living every day like that.
And you know what the biggest impacts come from? Okay, so full disclosure here, I started coaching wrestling at Palmyra. I don't know, over the summer, but it's turned into I'm working out with the high school guys and helping practice and things like that, right? So we were talking the other day about Dynasty, and that Central Pennsylvania just happens to be one of the hottest markets in the entire country for high school field hockey. You've got 3 of the top 10 teams in the entire country, within 15 minutes of driving distance of each other. And it all happened because a woman by the name of Linda Kreiser, about 40 years ago, she was a teacher at Lower Dauphin. And at Lower Dauphin, she decided that she wanted to build a great field hockey program. And over the course of 40 years, it's gone from her helping high school girls become good at a sport to an entire culture in Central Pennsylvania of Hershey and Palmyra and Lower Dauphin and the whole area I mean, it's the hotbed of the country because one woman, when she was young and she was, and she was just getting started teaching, decided that she wanted to make a change. And it's changed the life of hundreds of young women that have gone to school for free, have had opportunities that they never had before, all this stuff. You have no idea the impact you're going to have on somebody's life. And all it takes is for you to show up. That's it.
Right. Show up and be excellent.
That's right.
Just commit yourself to excellence and doing the best you can, just like Brandon said. Because if you don't leave it all in the field, pun not intended. If you don't leave it all in the field, you're going to go out of this life and wishing that you could have some of that time back to make more of a commitment.
That's right. So Brandon,
you're going to be you're going to be disappointed with how much Netflix you watched. You're going to be disappointed with how much you played Candy Crush. You're going to be disappointed with how many TikTok videos you watched. I mean, like these are the things that are going to disappoint you. You're never going to be disappointed with the impact you made, the people you helped, the ways you give back, and the ways you touched other people's lives.
That's true. So true.
Brandon, I'm gonna pick your brain while I have you here.
All right.
Are you really making that kind of money on Amazon? Are you are your posts legit?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is no joke. It is no joke.
Okay, so when's your podcast and what do you charge for? Are you selling training? Because I'd like to get in on the ground floor here. I got some money that I want to invest in.
Yeah,
I'd love to talk to you about that.
I will send you a link. I'm hosting a webinar with the store builder next Thursday. And they'll answer all the questions about how it works and what the risk is. Now, it's not an investment. You're buying a business, so there is a higher risk than typical investment. But
sure,
it's a very nice return on your money.
Cool.
I think everybody who has the means should have one of those as a source of extra income.
And you think it's going to cost you $35,000 to get set up or more?
Yes. Okay. And then it's completely hands off.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to divert
that's
the
awesome.
conversation, but dude, I'll read what you post. People are watching whether you know it or not, and that's the cool thing about it. Actually, this goes back to exactly what you're saying, impacting other people's lives. It's amazing. People are always looking. They're always looking, even when you don't think they are, and that's why. I mean, oh man. There's this. I don't know. It's Chinese or Japanese proverb, right? It goes something like this. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but we all have three faces. The first face is the face that we show the world. The second face is the face that we show our friends and family. And the third face is the face that no one else sees but ourselves. Yep. And the difficulty in life is to make sure all three of those faces are looking in the same direction. And it's that's the challenge. It's if you're the same person when nobody's looking, holy cow. What an amazing testament to your life. That's really what we all want, right? We want to be known and to know each other. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, Brandon, awesome to have you on. I really appreciate it. So,
all right, thanks, guys.
Listen, send me that webinar because I'll post it as well to get some traffic out there. I'll send it to my list. But man, awesome, good stuff. Really good.
All right, well, thanks, guys, and I hope you both have a nice holiday.
Hey, see you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Brandon. See you, man.
Bye-bye.
Dude, I love talking to him. He fires me up.
Yeah, he's definitely a ball of energy and a ray of sunshine. So, so Josh, just before he came on, we were talking about defining success too high, and certainly set big goals. Certainly, set unattainable goals and see where you can get.
Yeah.
But define happiness and define success a lot closer to home. And Josh, you were just saying about we were talking about before on the air about how many people they chase flipping 50 or 100 houses a year or getting to 200 doors, and along the way, unfortunately, they destroy a bunch of relationships. They go bankrupt. They ruin their marriage. They cause all these other problems because they weren't content and happy each step along the way.
Well, and the older I get, the more I realize the goal is not the goal. The goal is the starting point. And oftentimes that goal, it shifts and changes as life changes. But the journey is what is really the goal, because by the time you reach that high level of success, the journey's changed you in a
Right.
good way, and if it's context, enjoy the pain, enjoy the pleasure, enjoy the ride, because when it's over, you might hit your goal and you might not, but guess what? It's not going to matter. You're going to be dead.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's like you've only got so much time on this earth, and for a long time, certainly in my 20s, I put my whole life on hold, thinking, "Oh, I'll just retire when I'm 30, and I'll spend time with my kids and my family and all that." Well, and then you're 30, and it's like,
Right.
well, maybe I'm retired, maybe I'm not retired, but you didn't develop that relationship with your kids. You didn't spend the time with your wife. You didn't put the time in, and now we got to make up all that time. It's all about the investment of our lives and other people, and that's really, I think, what it's all about.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you also need to recognize that, like, you can't make up, you can't say, oh, well, instead of spending a day a week going out to lunch with my grandmother,
Yeah.
what I'll do is 3 years from now, I'll just see her every day for lunch.
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's just, it's just not the same. And also,
Right.
she's probably going to get sick of you. But there's
Love it.
but there's just value that comes and value that happens from from doing the little things along the way and having that flexibility. What I'm very thankful for. Like I said, I was in a hospital earlier today because my sister-in-law is having major surgery on Friday, and she needed some stuff, from the store, and so I was able to stop and get her some stuff, and was able to go in there and visit with her and spend some time with her. And yeah, my business partner Chad gave me a little bit of a ribbing when I came in, to the office like an hour and a half later than what I would normally get here. But like, I have that freedom, I have that flexibility. Like entrepreneurship for me isn't about quitting your job, isn't about retiring. I did that when I was 22, and I
Mhm.
was in my underwear watching cartoons, eating Cheerios. Like, your life degrades quickly if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a meaning. And the problem is, the worst part about that lifestyle is I wasn't accomplishing anything more to be thankful for. I
Mhm.
wasn't accomplishing anything more to give gratitude.
And
I
and to
posted
and
on.
to challenge you, and to
Right.
challenge your life. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No,
Finish
I
what
was
you were
I
trying
was
to
just
say.
gonna say you inspired me on Monday morning with your gratitude post, and I posted something as a follow up to it, because we have a short week. It's
Mhm.
time to hustle, and listen, we talked about living in cities that you didn't build and vineyards that you didn't plant,
Yep.
and how we need to be thankful for those things, but we also need to earn some things to be thankful for as well.
Well, and Judah,
I know where my company is today, and I know where I want it to be tomorrow at this time next year, and I want to be thankful for that growth. And I've got to make that. I have a part in making that happen so that we can be thankful. So there's the
yeah.
gratitude that's earned and the gratitude that's not earned.
Well, so I love Brandon's t-shirt lines. I really like what he's putting together. His shirt, self-made, right? I think we all are standing on the shoulders of giants. All of us, and you can be self-made in your time, but you didn't invent the telephone. You didn't put the roads down. You didn't invent a car. And I mean, you didn't invent a computer to make life easier. You know what I mean? And so there's so much to be thankful. We live in a time right now that's absolutely insane. We got a guy that's trying to make hundreds of billions of dollars so that he can die on Mars. And guess what? We all get to follow along and take the trip and and this is a
Who had
legitimate
29
discussion.
minutes? For those of you who put a comment, who had 29 minutes in the poll for when Josh would bring up Elon Musk? I
Dude, the
know,
more
I
I
know
know,
there was a bet riding on it.
the more I learn about that guy, the more I'm amazed. And like him or hate him, he is the Leonardo da Vinci of our
Dude,
day. But
I got
he's
to
only
tell you,
one. There's dozens of them. There's people doing amazing things in this world. Sorry, go ahead. What were you
no,
going to say?
I was just gonna say that my knowledge of Elon Musk has like doubled over the past, like, let's say 45 days, and I got to tell you, the guys. I mean, he's a little bit weird. In a lot of ways, I found out some weird things that I didn't know were weird. But he's just an amazing dude. You're
Yeah,
you're exactly right, and we
yeah,
get to be alive at the same time that he is and benefit from everything he's doing. And there's
Yep.
just so much. I would not want to live if I was going to be a random person.
No other time.
And you know, and I would not want to live any place other than America, and I would not want to live at any other time than now. Sure, it would be interesting to go back and visit all kinds of places,
Yep.
and I'd like to visit the world currently, but I don't want to live any place other than America at any time other than right
Well, and exactly. I mean, I think we won the lottery. Being born being born white in America, that's what
now.
I tell my kids every morning. Listen, you guys won the lottery. There's no excuse. All A's, you know, you wake up, you work hard, you come home, and we're going to love you. Like, that's it. This is the best situation we could have possibly had, and it's awesome. So,
Well, listen,
yeah,
everybody, send Josh and I some text. We'll definitely be sending you some text this week too. We love hearing from everybody, and we hope
Yep.
that everybody has a very happy Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And tell those around you that you love them. Show them a way. Show them. Find a way to show them that you care and love about them too.
And listen, if you're having a tough time, if you're alone this holiday season, pick up the phone. Call somebody that needs help.
Yeah.
When you feel bad, when you're feeling down, the best way to get a smile on your face is to go help somebody. That's it.
Amen.
And it'll
Amen.
give you so much to be thankful for. Guys, thank you. So I'm thankful for everybody that you know, it chimes in and joins our broadcast when we get together. Really appreciate it. And just want to wish you guys a really happy Thanksgiving. And hey, we'll see you again next week, maybe Friday. We'll see what happens. All right. Awesome.
See everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys. Take care.